Well, hello family. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you last. True Exodus here, bringing you the 2,000 round review of the Smith & Wesson Shield 380 Easy. A little bit about this gun. It's an 8-round 380 internally hammer fired gun. Super fun to shoot, very easy to shoot. Can't wait to talk with you about the shootability of the gun, the reliability that I've had with it so far, and of course the price. So let me tell you the quick story about this pistol. Smith & Wesson sent me this pistol and they said, here's 2,000 rounds, we want to see what you think about the pistol. So I'm here today to share with you what I think about the pistol. When I first got the pistol, much like some of you all, I thought it was a piece of crap. Backstrap safety, single stack 380, the size of it, all those different types of things. I was just like, this is gonna be a joke. I've never been more wrong about a pistol in my entire life. And so I want to kind of share with you some of the features, go over some of the features with you, and let you make your own decision for what you think about the Shield 380 Easy. First, let me talk about the shootability. When I say shootability, I mean, what are the sights communicating to me as a shooter? What's the trigger like? What's the recoil impulse like? All of those different types of things. So let me just first kind of fire some rounds and tell you what I think. We're at 20 yards on a good size A-zone. One of the biggest issues that I found, because I have a higher grip, is that the slide doesn't lock back for me, which is okay. I don't really care. But as you see, the recoil impulse of the gun and how I'm able to control the gun is very easy. You're gonna find a theme throughout this review that things are very easy. But the way that it recoils in my hand feels a lot like a 22 Mosquito from SIG, if that makes any sense to some of you all. There's very minimal, very felt recoil. And I felt as though that Smith & Wesson did this to market to a particular type of person. And I think that they accomplished that. I had my wife shoot the gun, and I'm gonna bring her on now from yesterday when I filmed her and have her talk with you a little bit about the Shield and her experiences with the gun. Now, Mrs. True Exodus, will you go ahead and describe that gun? I'm gonna get you another magazine. Go ahead.
For a 380, it surprises me so much because usually they have quite a bit of a punch to them, but this
because the guns are smaller,
yes.
Right? Okay.
And this seriously feels more along the lines of shooting a 22.
Because there's just the gun slightly bigger, right?
Yeah. It doesn't weigh very much. The kick is so mild. It is very easy to shoot.
Now, to give you an idea, that's 50 rounds shy of 2,000. So how do you feel knowing that that gun has had 2,000 rounds through it with no cleaning or anything like that?
I mean, that makes me feel really good because I've seen you shoot it. I've shot it a little bit before this, and to know that it's gone through almost 2,000 full rounds with, it's been extremely reliable, and it's not been clean. It's still shooting great, and it's still being reliable. It's not jamming. It's not malfunctioning in any way. So, I mean, that makes me feel great about it, and it makes me feel like, considering carrying it, I can trust it.
So, actually, there was one malfunction we had, if you remember.
Yeah, the only one that I remember.
Can you talk me through that malfunction?
Yeah, I was shooting it, and we actually didn't notice till we looked back at the footage, but we ended up ejecting a shell and a bullet simultaneously, right? That's what happened, yeah. So, we were trying to figure out what that malfunction would actually be called, or if anyone else has ever really seen it or been familiar with it, and we've not had a whole lot of luck, so we joke about calling it the dual exodus.
So there you go. The woman has had 500 rounds to the gun, and so she's very familiar with the pistol. And at the end of the day, it just works. The gun works. Now, we've not put it under any kind of adverse conditions. We don't really have any mud. We don't really have any sand, and we don't really have any dry dirt or anything like that we can really subject it to because of where the weather's at here in old sunny Poseyville, Indiana. It's very cold right now, actually. So let's look at some of the features of the pistol and talk a little bit about that, and then we're gonna get into the price. All right, so we had to come inside because it's way too cold and windy outside. And I just kind of want to show you the features of the Shield 380 Easy, but I wanted to compare it to the Glock 19 and the Glock 43. I know I have Gucci pistols, so forgive me. I wanted to show you really the size comparisons and size differences between these two, just so you can get a really good understanding of the size of the pistol. Really, and more noticeably, the gun is a little bit smaller than a Glock 19, about the same length as far as the pistol grip goes. Similar width, although the Shield 380 is slimmer on the handle, but a little about the same size on the back strap area of the actual upper receiver. What about the rest of these features? Well, we got a slide that's very easy to pull back. In fact, my 4-year-old can pull back that slide. We've got a magazine that's very easy to load. Super easy to load, although I don't like it that it's single stack, but neither here nor there. We've got a gun that's easy to take down. I mean, look, it's just whatever. It's extremely easy to break apart, very easy to field strip and clean, obviously, for obvious reasons. You know, I mean, once you learn how to field strip one semi-automatic polymer pistol, it's pretty much all the same. Found that the reassembly is quite easy as well. I mean, just the whole gun is just easy to operate and maintain. But then we asked the question, like, why don't we have a backstrap safety? Well, if you've noticed from taking it down, as I did before, the gun is internally, has an internal hammer. So that's the reason why. So it's one of the added features and benefits. Now, you've got the dual ambidextrous safety here, but you can have these taken off, I believe. If you don't have them take off, you can still get the Shield 380 Easy without them on there. So if that's something that you like or don't like, it doesn't make a difference if they customize it to your preference. Now the sights are just a traditional kind of 3-dot kind of sight there going on, so no night sights or anything like that. But one of the things that I did find with this pistol is that it has a more combat sight picture. So after I get my sights lined up, and that's a pretty bad job, wherever the center dot is where the bullet's going to go, not where the line is cutting in half. So there's that. The pistol's trigger, though, is one of the best triggers I've ever felt on a Smith & Wesson. I'm going to show you this. So we got pre-travel to a wall. It's a nice big fat wall. And then a really crisp break. And of course, you've got that little stopper right there to prevent over travel, I imagine. But when we go to reset, we've got this very short, light reset, and there's no wall. It's just press it and it breaks again. I don't know how many pounds this is, but I can tell you that it feels like it's about, let's see, my salient is 4.5. It feels about 4.5. It actually feels a little less. It feels about 4 pounds. So it's a very light trigger, makes it easy to connect at greater distances and just be overall accurate with the pistol in general. The pistol actually has one more feature that I forgot to mention, and it has a chamber indicator. So it will let you know if there's a bullet in the chamber. This little doodad will pop up there. Make it really easy to notice. And then finally, we come to the actual price of this pistol. Been finding them online for 400 bones. It's kind of like, I think, the base price, but I'm pretty sure I've heard rumors that you're gonna get it for like 380. You're gonna get it for somewhere around that price at your local gun store here within the year. So the price, I think, is right for the pistol. I don't think that you're paying too much for what you're getting, but when it comes to the actual reliability of the reliability of the pistol, I feel like you're getting a little bit more than what you pay for.
All right, family. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us and looking at the Shield 380 Easy, kind of the overlook and everything like that. I want to thank Smith & Wesson again for sending me the gun, for fitting the bill to fund this little project, although they didn't pay me, although I think they should. We should petition that. We should petition that. You should comment below and say, hey, you need to give Barrett money to make content for you.
Anyway, it's been a blast. Guys, I got a couple more reviews coming out for you soon. I've got the Hudson H9 that's about to hit that 2,000 mark, and I've also got the Tactical Edge RD9 that has hit that 2,000 mark. We just got to find another beautiful day in which to shoot it and do it for you. So be in tune, look for those soon. Like and subscribe to the channel, comment below. Again, hold fast, stay the course. True Exodus out.